What's up guys, Artem MMA Analysis here, going to be talking about a fight that was announced a few days ago, so I am a little bit late talking about it, but it's going to be the main event of UFC London. UFC's returning to London in July, I believe it is. 23rd of July, which is very exciting. Curtis Blaydes versus Tom Aspinall, going to be a 5-round main event. We've got Jack Hermanson versus Darren Till on there, Muhammad Mokaev versus Charles Johnson, Nikita Krylov versus Alexander Gustafsson. Already, this is such a stacked card, man. I am going to be picking probably Tom Aspinall to win the fight, but it's definitely worth noting that Curtis Blaydes, his 3 losses, 2 of them come to Francis Ngannou, the other 1 losses come to Derek Lewis. So Curtis Blaydes, man, the only guys he's ever lost to is the elite heavyweights of the world, and I feel like maybe Tom Aspinall is starting to put himself in that picture. He's starting to put himself as an elite heavyweight. He's starting to make people realize this guy's quite good. You know, Tom Aspinall's got great boxing. Obviously, did spend time boxing with Tyson Fury, I think, at one point. I know he's 1-0 in a professional boxing career as well, which is pretty cool for him. He recently submitted Alexander Volkov in the first round in a very dominant performance in the last UFC London card. Since then, he did finish Sergey Spivak, who stepped on a short notice, to be fair. Submitted Andrei Arlovski, knocked out Alan Bardell, who wasn't that great, to be honest, and he did knock out Jake Collier, and a win that seems to be aging relatively well, although Jake Collier, to me, still isn't the highest level of heavyweight. Curtis Blaydes, on the other hand, has been fighting some elite level competition for quite a while. He beat Chris Dalkaus, he knocked him out at the start of the second round, but Chris Dalkaus ain't that great, to be fair. He did beat Jairzinho Rozenstruik by a wrestling decision. He's beaten Junior Dos Santos and Alexander Volkov by decision as well. Where Curtis Blaydes definitely could win this fight over Tom Aspinall is probably with the wrestling. If he takes down Tom Aspinall and he does lay in Tom Aspinall's guard for the majority of the fight, for all 5 rounds, I can definitely see Curtis Blaydes taking himself into a decision win. But I feel like the thing with Curtis Blaydes in his last fight, maybe he's trying to prove something. Maybe he's trying to prove that he's more than just a wrestler. But I do kind of hope, for his sake, that he does kind of look to use the wrestling against Tom Aspinall, because I do think Tom Aspinall does have a striking advantage in this fight here. He does also have a pretty good ground game as well. He's got a few submissions in his career, a couple in the UFC over some pretty good opponents, such as Andrei Arlovski. But yeah, I will be going with Tom Aspinall to win this fight. I'm very surprised that 74% are picking him, but it's definitely worth noting that yeah, Aspinall is going to have the home crowd advantage as well, which is going to be pretty huge. I definitely think we're probably going to see Paddy Pimblett fight on this card as well, and maybe Molly McCann as well. But Paddy Pimblett's going to have to start losing a little bit of weight. I think Paddy Pimblett's like super overweight right now. A lot higher than 155 anyway. So I think we're going to hopefully see a Paddy Pimblett fight announcement soon as well. But I will be picking Tom Aspinall to win this fight here. Just thought that I'll probably talk about it a little bit. Curtis Blaydes obviously has a path to victory in the wrestling, but I feel like Tom Aspinall's path to victory is probably in the striking, and I think that we probably will see Tom Aspinall have some success with Curtis Blaydes on the feet as well. But it's worth noting that Curtis Blaydes' 3 losses are to some very, very elite competition, so I really would not be too surprised if Curtis Blaydes does manage to get himself a win over Tom Aspinall on this one here.